Okay, let's start with the last day we were discussing about programming. So we learned how to create a program and how to write code related to the particular program, basically coding and programming. So that is what we were discussing last day. Right, we learned in several steps that a software needs engineering. So we learned with several steps that software needs engineering, right? Let's go to the note. Okay, we discussed that software needs engineering process because software works with the most valuable economic resource in the world, which is information, the most valuable economic resource. Right. It is the most valuable economic resource in the world, and that is about information. And therefore, it is critical. The engineering process is needed. We discussed that. And when we do the engineering, when we do software engineering, we learned that there is a process to be followed. So that is called software development life cycle. There is a process to be followed, and that process is called SDLC, or software development life cycle. That is step-by-step process of developing a well-organized software, or well-defined. That is a well-defined approach to engineer a software. We learn about that. Then we were exploring the steps. After that, we were exploring the steps, how we can do the engineering. So requirement analysis, may be finding the requirement, then the system feasibility study, finding the best alternative solution, then the system designing, that means the planning process. After the planning, we learn that the implementation is needed. For that, actually, we learned Pascal coding. We did up to that, right? Now, actually, so we know how to write, how to draw a flow chart. That is a planning tool. We learned the symbols and how to write a flow chart. And this is what we wrote last day. So according to this program that we wrote, we have developed, or we have written, a Pascal code. So let me start from that point. So what is the Pascal code? So what is the code that we have created? So let's open a new tab, or let's open this as a new window, maybe. Let's drag it. I have a new window now. Okay, and this is what our note. And then I said how to find this coding tool. You have to search online Pascal compiler. Then you will find this GDB compiler, which is one of the best tools that I got for writing codes online. And I'm sending you the link now again. So here's the link, Pute. Please access the link. Please access this link and start writing coding with me. The first of all, I explained this interface. Actually, I have done a little bit faster that day. Today, I'll slowly explain the content. First, you can see the curly braces and some content over inside the curly braces. So whatever the thing you write inside the curly braces are called comments. So whatever the things that you write inside the curly braces are called comments. Comments are used to explain the program. That is the usage number one. Why comments are used? Yes. Ramedu, why comments are used? Yes. Vanshika. Comments are used to explain the program. Understood? So why comments are used? Can you tell me again?
Explain the program.
Yes, to explain the program. Actually, comments are not executed by the converter or the translator or the compiler. Comments are not executed. You can write whatever your name, let's say Vanshika, hello, how are you? Anything you can write. So that will not be executed. So you will not get any errors. You can write anything inside this curly brace, so you will not get any errors. That is usage number 1. And you can see this program is printing hello world here. It's printing hello world message. That is the main idea of the program, printing hello world. If you just put comment here, what will happen? If you put a comment to this right line, this hello world line, if you put a comment, what will happen? Then hitala kiya narake. Think and understand what will happen. Yes.
Hello world will not print.
Yes, hello will not be printed. Why? Comments are ignored by the compiler. Therefore, hello world will not be printed. It will be treated as a comment. It will be treated as a comment. Therefore, it will not be executed. Understood? So it will think that as a comment and it will not be executed. So the second usage of comment is that you can temporarily or you can disable a code segment. Okay, please write down this in your note. Otherwise, you won't understand this otherwise. So please write down this statement. So why comments are used in programming? Why comments are used in programming, right? Answer number 1. Comments will be ignored by the compiler. Compiler means program translator. We can use comments. We can use comments to explain a code segment or the program. Second thing, it is also used to temporarily disable a code segment. It's also used to temporarily disable a code segment. Let's try 2 examples. So the first example is, keep some space for the example, right? So this is a comment. This is a comment. We can write down example. This is example, the first comment. And another example is this. You can put the comment for a code segment. Then the code segment will be ignored by the compiler. This is Pascal comment, right? Because language to language, the comments will be different. So HTML also we will learn comments. Language to language, that comment will be different. The style of the comment will be different. HTML comment style is not this. HTML has a different style for comments. Let me know once you write. Okay, let me read part by part. So the first is input in N1, N2, N3. Actually, we have done that. So how do we input? So here, whatever the names that we introduced to program, N1 I have introduced, N2 I have introduced, N3 I have introduced. N1 is number 1, N2 number 2, N3 is number 3. I have just introduced these N1, N2, N3. So those are called variables. Variables means the things that introduced by the programmer. Names introduced by the programmer. We call identifiers as well as the variables. Identifiers, variables. Those are the names introduced by the programmer. So what are they? N1, N2, N3. So variables, what are they? N1, then under that you have to write N1, N2, N3. Those are variables. And also total is a variable introduced by me. So N1, N2, N3 and the total. So those are type of integer variables. What integer? Integer means whole numbers, non-decimal, non-fractional numbers. Dashama novana sankhya, non-fractional numbers. Natam purna sankhya. Integer. Integer means numbers, right? Non-decimal integers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 like numbers, so positive or negative. Okay, so that is what I'm telling. Then I'm telling average. Average also introduced by myself. That is also variable. But when you divide something, there is a higher potentiality to get a decimal number. When you divide something, there is a higher potentiality to get a decimal, fractional value. Therefore, I'm going to mention this as a real data type. Real means it supports fractional values. Okay, that is what I have to do first. Introduce the variables. Introduce the variables. So I have done that. After that, after introducing a variable, then you have to initialize the variables. So, okay. Write in programs. Please write down heading write in programs. Step 01, design it. Use flowcharts and pseudocodes. We have done that. Step number 2, identify variables. So what are the variables? Variables is a memory location name, or named memory location. You can say named memory location to keep a change in value. A named memory location to keep a change in values. Rules. Start with a capital or simple letter. Do not use special characters. These are rules, right? Do not use special characters other than the underscore. Underscore again. Do not start with a number. No spaces allowed. No spaces allowed in between the letters or words used to identify it. Do not use keywords. Reserved words to the programming language. Example, foreign names. You can say no, you cannot say one number, it's wrong. Starting with a number. Number one, it's also wrong because space. If you say number one, it's also wrong because of special symbol. One is wrong, just a number only. You cannot use begin. It's a keyword used by. You cannot use while. It's a keyword used by the language. Examples for correct names. Under that, you can say, what are the examples for correct names? You can say number one is correct. Number one is correct. Number one is correct. Number one is correct. My number is correct. Number 1, 2, 3 is correct. Okay, please write down this. To obtain the inputs, you have to first write a message to the user that is then readable, right? Anyone can understand. So let's say, let's write a message to user first. Let's write a message to the user first. And then after writing a message to a user, then what you can do after writing a message to user, you can read the input given by the user. Something like this. Okay, you can say, write, W-R-I-T-E, write, enter number 1. Enter number 1. You can just write it. After that, you can read that to the variable number 1. So see what happening when I run this. When I run this, it's asking enter number 1. When I type a number, let's say 456. So no response, it is just ending the program. So similar to that, I can read all 3 inputs. Enter number 2 is another one, and I'm reading that to number 2 variable. Enter number 3 is the next one. I'm reading to number 3 variable. After reading this to number 1, number 2, number 3 variables, what I'm going to do? I'm going to add them up. To do that, I can say total equal number 1 plus number 2 plus number 3. And then I can write ln the total. Write ln total is, after that, the total variable. So let's run this. Sorry. So let's run this. Run it. Oh, what's wrong? Enter number 1, number 2, number 3. Write ln, sorry. Write ln, write ln. Run it. Enter number 1, 56. Enter number 2, 45. Enter number 3, 7. So it's adding the numbers and taking the total. So that is now meaningful. Okay, let's do this. Please add the numbers and also find the average, right? Not just this. Just find the average because we need both. So this is what we are converting. We need the total and average both. So please do that, complete this. We have not done this step last day. So now you know how to get the input and how to apply that in the calculations. And please do this. Please show both total and average, right? Please show both total and average. You have the compiler, right? I have sent it. Again, I'm sending it to the chat. In case if you are not received, now you can refer it. Send it into the chat. In case if you are not received, please get the compiler and you can write the code online without downloading it. Right? No one told me that, so I have given a homework. I'm not sure whether you have done it, but now you can do that, right? In case if you are not done, you can start doing that. And I'll explain that again with the flow chart. So here actually you have to find the average. How to find the average? Average equal the total, colon equal the total, divide by 3. So you'll get the average and then you can show the average. So the average in the final output, and you can see average is average. And you can say round it for 2 decimal points. Okay, I'll explain the code now, right? Enter number 1, number 2, and number 3, and you can find the average, and then you can see the total both. So this is what the code is, and I'm explaining this again. So there are some obtaining inputs. So this is how you obtain the inputs, and declaring variables. This is how you declare the variable. Actually, I couldn't write that, sorry. Declare variables. And this is how you declare the variables for the obtaining inputs. And so this is how you obtain the inputs. Then you have calculations. And how you did the calculation, just done finding the total and average. So please write down this as well. And then you have display output. With concatenation. Adding, concatenation means adding things together. As a chain. Chain එකක් වගේ කොහොමද add කරන්නේ? Adding things together as a chain. So you can concatenate. So this is how it's happened. So single quotation, total will be concatenated with the total variable. Here, the message total is will be concatenated with the actual total variable value. So this is what's going to happen there. Rounding a decimal value. You can see this point is used to round in the decimal value to 2 decimal points. That is what I have done. So I have explained the code. Now you can write down the code in your book if you prefer. I prefer if you can write down this in your book, and also practice this in the code editor. So both you need to do. Write down this and also practice this in the code editor. And also I have the homework ready for you. Next I'm going to discuss that because that is a critical one. I'll explain how to do that step by step again. So please let me know once you're done. Quickly do this, quickly write this, and let me know once you're done. Right, I gave a question last day about this, yes, which one? Supermarket. Okay, here, this one. ABC supermarket selling pencils, pen, books, lunch boxes. Is this the one that I have given? Pute? I hope this one, right? Hello? If not, tell me, right? If not, tell me if there are changes, different things, so please tell me. I think we discussed about ABC supermarket. ABC supermarket, yeah, that this is the one that I can find. I hope this is the question given. No. Then what? Can you show me the question, Pute? Isn't that the one? I hope that was the one. So I'm not sure whether. Isn't that the one that I have given? Can you send me a screenshot of the question, Pute? If you have, please send me the question. So I think we discussed about the ABC supermarket, I thought. Pencils. And maybe lunch boxes. If not, tell me, Pute, then I can. Okay, let's write down this then. I think we better write down this. If you have not if you have not written this question, please write down this and discuss this now today, right? Otherwise, like, we are not going to learn this now. I'll add this question to the note. Okay, I'm going to add this question to your. I hope that's the one I think I have given anyway. So that's in case if you don't have the question, so here I'm adding this. Let's answer this question this time. Like, okay, ABC supermarket is selling pencils, pens, books, and lunch boxes, right? So it's a very simple question. ABC supermarket selling pencils, pens, books, and lunch boxes. The cost of pencil is 10 rupees, cost of pen is 20 rupees, cost of book is, and lunch box are also given, right? Cost of pencil, cost of pen, cost of books, and lunch boxes given. So the prices are given. Calculate the bill by taking the number of pens, books, pencil, and as the inputs. Okay, now we have to create and we have to write pseudocode and Pascal code. Right, that is what we have to do. Right, okay, let's say you got this kind of exercise. Now the question is a bit different because you have few more inputs. So ABC supermarket is selling pens, pencils, books, and lunch boxes. So I have to input them. Then, so they have given the prices. So as prices are given, you can do the multiplication like this way. So since prices are given, you can do the multiplication this way. So pen price is 20 rupees, pencil price is 10 rupees, lunchbox 250, and book total is 50 rupees. Altogether, these are the prices. So input, this is input. Inputs, you know, parallelogram need to be used. Then you have process. For the process, right? For inputs, you need the parallelogram. For the process, here you know the pen price and pen into 20. Pencil price is 10, 10 into the pen number of pencils. Lunchbox price is 250, 250 into number of lunchboxes. And the book price, 200, you can see book price is 50, 50 into the book total. So this is how you are going to, okay. So can you copy the question and as well as the flowchart answer to this, please? So here's the question. In case if you don't have the questions, you can write down the question. And then you have the flowchart answer here. Please write down the flowchart answer for the particular question. Flowchart answer. Please write down quickly because we need to do the coding also. Let's go to the programming part today. In programming part, similar to the last one, similar to the last exercise, now you have to find out the variables. Now it's easy, right? Now this is second exercise. Little by little, so the problems will be difficult, but the answers will be easy. So you need to input pens, pencils, books, lunch boxes. So here you can say pens, pencils, books, lunch boxes. So those are integers, number of pens. And then you have the total. Total is also integer, no? Or the bill. Bill, yes, bill is also integer. That is, if you multiply, but if you have decimal, if you multiply, you'll get real, right? But let's mention. And you have this total part. You can define in the next line also. Pen total, that means the total price of pen. PN total. Pencil total, total price of the pencils. Then lunch box total, the total price of the lunch boxes. Book total, the total price of the books. And also the total bill, T bill, let's say T bill or bill. Those are also integers. Now you need to input. So you can say enter number of pens and then read it to pens variable, similar to the previous one, right? Read it to the pens variable. Then you can say enter number of pencils. Read into the pencils variable. Then enter number of what? Enter number of lunch boxes. Lunch boxes. And read it to the lunch boxes variable. And enter number of books and read it to the books variable. So that is the number one activity. You are taking all the inputs and writing it to the variable. The answers will be written to the variable. Next is finding the total value of that. Okay, let's say PN total. Pen total is equal to pens multiplied by, you can say, what is the price of pen? 20 rupees. Then pencil total, PC total is equal to pencils multiplied by pencil price. Okay. Then lunchbox total is equal to, lunchbox possible is equal to lunch boxes multiplied by the price of lunch boxes. Then you can, then the books total, BK total is equal to number of books multiplied by the price of the book. Okay, now you'll get all the totals, so you can find the bill now. So it's very easy. Bill is equal to pen total and also pencil total and also lunchbox total, LB total. Here actually I have used LN totals wrong. LB total plus BK total is the book total. So finally, you can print the final bill. How easy this is? Like final bill equal, then you can print the bill value. Okay, let's run this and see the example. It's asking you, oh, it's giving you an error. What is that? Oh. 16th line. Colon equal. And remember the colon equal, right? So it should come with the colon mark and equal sign, otherwise giving an error. Run it. Okay, number of pens, 4, 45 pencils, 34 lunch boxes, 20 books, and you can see the price is 10,030. So calculation happens. So see how easy that is. But in actual context, everything will be written nicely as a bill. So how to print a bill? So that need to be generated. You can print or write ln. So see this, what I'm doing. Write ln. I'm writing some dashes. Then I'm writing, okay. So I need a new line actually. Write ln, just write in a new line. And write ln some dashes. And after these dashes, I'm again going to write line some dashes. No need to write line dashes actually. I'm going to write line something like this. I'm writing pens. Pens. The story of pens is actually, you can say pens, number of pens, and then you need the multiplication sign, x, letter x, and then you have to multiply by 20 rupees. So multiply by 20 rupees, and after multiplying by 20 rupees, it's equal to, then you can say PN total. So see what I'm going to do. I'm going to write line, right? Write ln. So let's write ln everything. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have pencils. I have lunch boxes. I got books. Pens, pencils. Here, lunch boxes, L boxes. Here, books. See what I'm going to do now. Price of pencil is 10 rupees. This should be pencil total. Price of lunch box is 250 rupees. This should be lunch box total, LB total. And price of a book should be 50 rupees and answer should be book total, BK total. And after that, after printing that, before printing the full bill, I'm again writing a line. And after that, after the full bill also, I'm writing a line, but this line should be with equal signs. See what I'm going to do with this. Okay, so here I'm running this. Pens. Okay, you can see here, pens, pencils, and final bill එකට යටින් ඉරි දෙකක් එන්න ඕනේ නැත්නම් final bill එකට යටින් ඉරි දෙකක්. So something here, after printing the final bill, I have to underline that. Okay, nice. So here also I need a message. I'm telling when I start, I'm telling, okay, welcome to ABC Super. Is it good? Double dashes. Okay, some spaces. Okay, welcome to ABC Super. Then this one. Okay, see what I'm going to do. Write ln, then just empty line. So see, now I'm getting nice interface. Welcome to ABC Super. Pens. Okay, I'm getting the bill. You can see the supermarkets are generating bills like this. Mostly supermarkets are generating nice bills like this. So what they are doing? They are doing this with the characters because this is command line interface. So here also I can add characters like pipe mark. Then here also I can add pipe mark. Here also I can add a pipe mark. and read pens. Another pipe mark, another pipe mark and space, another pipe mark and space. See what I can decorate like this, right? So then again, I'm adding, okay, I'm just showing a pipe mark there, pipe mark there, another pipe mark and another pipe mark here. So one side, and after that also I'm just printing another pipe mark. So why these pipe marks? It's like you can see, it's like you're going to generate a box now. Just you can see it's nice. You can get the results in a box like thing, but you can see it's actually not aligned here. This side box is coming, but this side box is not there. This is open area. Maybe you can remove the pipe marks from the end pipe mark එක ලස්සනට එන්න ඒක ගානට space එකම තියලා ගන්න ඕන. So here I have not done that part, therefore I'm just removing the end pipe marks. Starting pipe marks, I'm going to keep it as it is. So now you can copy the code Pute. You can try to do the same thing in your book, in your coding, right? So I'll copy and paste the code to your note. But since you don't have this copied one, I think better you write down. And what I can send you is I can send you into the chat. Yeah, I'm sending into the chat. Still, no. I'll send part by part. Okay, this is the first part. I'll send as two parts, right? This is the first part. And this is the second part. First part and the second part. Right? Kindly copy and paste the code. Otherwise, like you need to write this now. So you can just try this and make it nice looking by editing that. And after that, you can send the result to WhatsApp group. I have sent as two parts, right? Kindly copy this into a single file. So if you want print screen or screenshot, I'll let you take that as well. So where's my coding? Here it is. You take a screenshot too. And I have sent to the chat because you can practice then. Here's the full code. Okay, but with that, I will stop for today because we have discussed enough. With that, I will stop for today. Next day, we'll discuss in the remaining part. Or we will be discussing new areas like selection, repetition in the next week. Then good night. See you all next week.
Good night, sir.
Bye.